Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Aries. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Aries. Yeah, I was just about to take that card. Let's just take it. And I was hesitating for commitment, and then there was the other one right next to it. Look at that higher level of commitment and the Two of Wands. So we're changing things around. We're moving with putting down the burden, letting things go, shifting the way that you move. Aries. You've either learned something about commitment, or you are looking at commitment differently. Aries, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. And this card was just aching to jump out. Look at that. We have the Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. So you really are looking into commitment and taking it seriously. Maybe you have someone lined up that you want to be in a commitment with. It is on the table, Venus, and we have well, I think I put them there, the Two Cups on the bottom. So very emotional. And then I see the Knight of Cups open up here for the Four of Wands. And maybe you do want to move forward on I'm going to say engagement, so proposal maybe. It's something that's on your mind, Aries. Today is the 6th of August when I'm doing this. Your Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. So it could be that we're changing status, we're knowing that we're coming into possibility to become more solid or stable is the word I'm looking for, with your future. And then this one here. Again, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the World card, and the Three of Pentacles. So something has come to a completion and you are being rewarded, and because of that you're looking to start out on taking care of yourself, being more of wanting to be part of something here. That's self-love. You're giving it to yourself because where you've been, you've seen that you need to do so. Now remember, we had the Hierophant earlier. So lessons have been learned. Something has been accomplished and something has been absorbed from the work or the trials or whatever it is that has put you in a position of contemplating and having more faith, or having the faith to leave because something has ended. You're walking away from insecurities, you're walking away from uncertainties, you're walking away from what would be worrisome. You're having more faith in yourself. That Ace of Cups projects that. This is for the month of August. Of course, what I say here doesn't only mean for the month of August. It can move on further, depending, and the deck splits on the Nine of Pentacles as well as the Ten of Wands and the Three of Cups. So relationships that have been burdensome, you've earned the right to walk away. Five of Swords says that unease or that mindset is changed. you're focused. You're focused on what you want for yourself. Could be that reconciliation or third parties in particular have put your line of sight or changed the way you see because of that star card. Okay. Now there's two more that stick out here. And we have the Justice with our Seven of Pentacles. So the confusion that you may have gone through, because again, you've come through learning a lesson. You've come through seeing relationships in a different light. You are seeing justice served in particular third-party situations or particular relationships where you see that it has run its course, and it's justifiably so. Again, Three of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, so could be relating to third parties or even reconciliation for some. All right, so I say that and then the deck splits. Again, the Five of Swords, that uncertainty, that shifting mindset, and the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe where you work, there's been that disturbance, but something has come to an end. Could be, again, where you work, or having the details come to give you that sense of, okay, I know what to do now. I see where I'm going. I see where this is headed, and I don't want to go there. I want something else, because we saw the Three of Wands earlier. Aries. I'm using the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward, and the Oracle deck is still the Herbal Astrology by Adriana Ayales. And of course the spread is still the Celtic Cross that I'm using. Cards are chosen at random. I just got. It's a little warm where I am. That's okay. I'm in the shade. But the loud noise, I can't help that. So let's hope for some silent periods I can get through your read. We have the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups says that there's that sense of lethargy, that I don't want to do this anymore. I have had enough of this. So again, something has shifted or come to a closure. And now you're getting to the closure because of having had this circumstance come around many times, or relationships that you may have been into sort of end up the same or bring you to the same point where I don't want to be in this type of relationship anymore, or you see where your portion has come to bring you to this brink of, I don't want this. It doesn't feel like you're going into it. It feels like you've been there and you really want to get past this. So I get you. I know what it feels like. If we're all going through some form of repetition, in the sense where we need to see it again with the retrogrades that are happening. We need to see and face certain things that, you know, the logic says, well, if I see it all the time, why do I have to see it again? It's a question of being able to walk away from a situation and being able to really walk away, because you say you want to do, or you think that you want to do, but do we really do it? You know, we become comfortable with the devil that we know. We don't want to walk away from that. That's not for everybody, but it just says there, the Four of Cups, is that you're in a state of lethargy, or you're fed up with something, or you're healing a state of mind where you're bored. You're not satisfied. You're looking for more. You want It's not enough what you have here. It's not enough. And you keep repeating, you keep getting the same thing, or you feel like you keep getting into the same type of relationships. That's the Four of Cups here. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So paying attention is to what it is that puts you in that state of mind is your challenge, where you need to look into the details, or you need to see more of something so that you can really say no more to that thing. For some, again, this is abundance, this is Pentacles, so having more of the same is it doesn't sound good on any level of anything, because this is emotional and this is financial. This is value system. So are we feeling that we want to be in that lethargic state? Is it that we are holding on to something that we need to let go? Because here is where we pay attention to the details. Here is where we work at overcoming. You see? So we're really low, and here we aim high, because we're producing, we're functional, we're paying attention, we're doing that repetition, but we're doing it in a way that it produces something positive. So that Hierophant could just mean that you're looking deep within and really reckoning with what it is that puts you in that position of lethargy, that you don't want to be there anymore. And here is where you make that shift. All right, let's move on here, because I feel like it's dragging. Here we have the Page of Cups. So another cup coming in is where we're looking at regrets, we're looking at what we're missing, again paying attention to the details, because we want to overcome. Here we see our Knight of Pentacles, where this is what's on your mind. So having that plan of action, again, really going into the details of relationships and the experiences that you've had with certain people. You have a plan that you want to carry out and that you're keeping under wraps. You're not sharing it with anybody. You're holding on to that, whatever it is, because you focus. Again, we saw the Star card at some point. Your focus is on your future, and you want to work. Maybe you want to work with, or you want to change where you work. Again, it is an 8. Something has come to an end. Something has lost its luster. Something is completed a cycle. And you really want to move along, but in your mind, it's taken a long time. You want to follow your dream. You want to follow what you love to do. You want to not have that sense of lethargy follow you wherever you go. Honesty, truth, happiness. Recently, you've come from somewhere that has put you in a position of opening up to the truth. Someone has given you that. Maybe there's an offer that came, or an idea that you have that brings you some kind of joy. But at the same time, it's lost its sheen. Something has lost its sheen, and now you must work. You must work at having whatever it is that puts you in that state of joy. You want to get it back again. Queen of Cups says that opening up and being, again, it's not just being honest. She's more following intuition and really doing it for the right reasons. Not just, okay, I want what I want and I'm going to play the emotional card to get it. It's more of feeling your way. Again, it is recognizing whatever it is that puts you in a state of lethargy and turning that around. Now, it's not so that it's so simple, because we have a cup here and we have a cup here and then we have 4 here. So it's a 6 of cups. So again, we're really going measure for measure, because we're reflecting on what was and with whom. The honesty, the truth, having to go with what we feel is right and follow with an open heart. Now, we saw the Ace of Cups. So we're really looking to work through details and avoid any kind of confusion. And this is where we're paying attention. It's quite on the romantic side, but we're building up to it, because here we see we've made a change. We have, again, when we started, we saw that there was looking at things differently, seeing relationships in a whole other light, wanting to reach forward with a commitment. Here we see this is where you stand, Aries. We see that you are changed, or you are changing. You are going through that sense of, I'm not like this anymore. I won't tolerate this anymore. I've seen the truth. I've come into what I know that makes me feel good. Somebody wants to reconcile with you. Could be family, it could be friends, could be work. This is the time of reconciliation, in the sense where we're in the retrograde for Mercury, where we need to come back on what we've said. Maybe there were arguments or just misinterpretation, misunderstandings. Again, Saturn is retrograde, so we're really paying attention to what we did or what we said. And pertaining to relationships, it is the time of year, the season for readdressing and starting up something, especially where we see the Lion's Gate is going to open up soon, and we have that possibility to start something new, or really go where we want or we feel called to. And we see our Queen of Swords, who is really being honest, and again, the truth here, reflecting on the truth here. So either you or someone else is really wanting to speak, come forward. The desire is such that we give our honesty. She is open, she is open. She is patient, she is patient. They're both willing. So it's a question of really coming to terms and speaking your truth and reconciling. Fear here would mean that we wouldn't come forward, but I don't see that. Because you are in a position of deep fundamental change, and we have the following our heart, really following our heart, not allowing anyone to step on our heart. You pretty much very well guided. And then we see here this reconciliation. It's the right time. It's perfectly timed, in the sense, like I say, with the Lion's Gate opening up. And then we have our Knight. So you're really focused. You're really focused here too. The focus is on the change. And the focus here is on, I've seen and I've done, and I don't want that anymore. Focus is on, I want to change that. And the conversation is going to be honest. More than anything, it is going to be honest conversation. And this is where we're going to overcome. We're going to look at what was. We're going to remember what we felt and really come with the truth about why and how and what made me choose to leave, or what makes me want to leave. Because this is where you pull away from, you cut ties, you pull away, you move on. You say, no, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to be in this. I don't want to have this come back to me. Full circle here. It is in the conversation, and the deck splits with the moon. So we have the sun and the moon projecting. Now, sun and the moon brings in eclipses, and we have the eclipse coming up on the 7th of September, which would be the mark. I think that's the full moon. I think I didn't bring my paper where I put it, so my list, I don't see my list, but on the 7th, I think it's a full moon in September. It's going to be in Pisces, and this is where we have that push and pull coming into, all right, new beginnings right here, getting that satisfaction, being able to say, I want to make that offer with that 10th cup here. See? And really having seen things differently, you're able to step forward and make a proposal or accept one in that case. Here we have the 5 of Cups. So again, it's the regrets, it's missing, it's feeling lonely, it's 6 Cups, something that took place in the past. We're really washing over that and putting an end to cycles and saying, no, I don't want, or you know what, I found my happiness with you, I miss you, I want to be with you. The truth that's coming, or the truth that has already come, or it's on its way with a reconciliation. A proposal that will bring in the victory and put an end to that worry, so that you can feel that sense of freedom to choose to move on to higher ground, or really understand why we're looking here, we're looking at all of what was so worrisome and why things went in the other way, why we were pushed aside, or why we felt that we were pushed aside because of an attitude that either you or someone else may have been holding on to. I don't want to be tied down, I want my freedom, I don't need this. Turning away from a solid relationship, or taking a relationship to a high level, we were backing out of that because we were worried that we would be tied. And we didn't want that. You see, Aries, I mean, take it as it resonates. It's either you had too much going on and you were like, no, I don't want to be involved, or it's someone who was taking advantage of your availability for a relationship and playing with that because they didn't want to be tied down. Here we have the 5 of Swords looking at, oh boy. So it's as if we really come in to talk about manipulation and betrayal, and saying, well, I want us to get into a marriage, I want to be in a relationship, and then they walk away from you. That is what is coming here. You see, the fear is that, no, I don't want you. I remember where you put me. I remember how it was. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be put in that position of I'm making myself available for a relationship, but I only get people who pretend to be in a relationship and then they walk away, or they get what they they say and do whatever it takes to get the pleasure out of the partnership for as long as it's pleasurable, and then they turn around and say, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore, and leave, or don't even give you that satisfaction of, well, I don't want to be in this relationship because, you see, small gestures, using big words with small gestures it's a red flag. It's a red flag, and you know that. You see, coming away with that experience of feeling left out. That's where you were. You've had that. This is why you say, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. I don't want to deal with. Or you're looking at relationships differently. Or you're looking at a relationship that's run its course because inadvertently or unconsciously you feel treated like, well, are we in this together or am I in this relationship alone? You're coming away learning what it is to sacrifice. That's where the hangman comes in. That is the ultimate lesson. What are you willing to sacrifice to be in this relationship is really the conversation, which is the true conversation that's needed to happen here. So what is the oracle message for Aries? Oh boy, cat's claw. Interesting. Purification. Somebody has had to have some time away. Again, that hangman holding back. Someone's had the time away. Let's see what the guidance is here. 25. Sevens are not easy, even when they add up to 7. So purification. So it's rewriting the story. So they're coming around, whoever they are, they're coming around, and they're coming with, again, that open sense of emotion, that wanting to offer the cup, wanting reconciliation, having learned from the experience, being put aside and disconnected from you. Connecting to heritage, belonging, worthiness, safety, connecting to your origins, DNA purification, feeling displaced, disconnection from heritage, dark behaviors, wounding, shame, regret, rejection, even loneliness. So coming from all of that, again, Hierophant is learned lessons. Hangman is being able to see things from a different perspective. Called una de gato in Spanish, cat's claw, uña de gato in Spanish, cat's claw has been used medicinally by Central and South American tribes for at least 2,000 years. The Ashaninka tribe in central Peru has the longest record history with the plant, using it to treat asthma, inflammations of the urinary tract, arthritis, bone pain, recovery from childbirth, and cancer. Again, these, when it's that respiratory system needing help, it's in breath, it's in being able to speak, say truth, not hold it back and repress what you feel. Other Peruvian indigenous tribes use it to treat diabetes, hemorrhages, menstrual irregularity, fevers, viruses, tumors, internal cleansing, and balancing the body. Modern scientific research has confirmed its effectiveness in treating asthma, upper respiratory infections, viral infections, wounds, environmental toxicity, poisoning, and so much more. So it's really it's well-rounded, powerful immune and stimulant. So it's powerful for it as an immune stimulant. Cat's claw is ruled by the archetypical energy of Mars, Aries, that's your ruler, and its higher octave, Pluto. It ignites many essential biological processes in the immune system, remedying many inflammatory diseases. So again, you're coming through, Aries, you're on every level, whether it's DNA or physical, mental, spiritual, psychological, physiological. Through this reading, you're coming through, you're healing. Again, the sun is the most powerful card in the deck, and you have it in the recent past. So you've either had some form of rejuvenation with the sun if you were out tanning, or if you have some spiritual connection to truths or even communication with someone, or you're thinking about them. And if you would, what would you do if you were to meet up with them again? Or it's you just doing the retrograde effect and going over your past and seeing where you want things to change and what you're willing to work on and what you're willing to sacrifice. Because it is to rebalance the body through purification and renewal. So using Mars powers and Pluto powers. Like Mars, it stimulates to regulate, it comforts to purify, and it initiates to heal. Herbs ruled by Mars are usually hot, stimulating, and dry. Again, with the sun shining on you, so you're getting some form of spiritual rejuvenation, and that is purely because of your birth chart. The timing is that you are going through change at this point, because we saw the Hierophant. The guidance here is that Cat's Claw powerfully protects our sacred essence, our blood, and our DNA. Like the Black Panther, it is regarded as one of the mighty protectors of the sacred ways of the forest. Cat's Claw is here today to help remove blockages, wounding, or trauma. Energetically, Cat's Claw clears ancestral trauma, deeply assisting our healing as we rewrite our story. Like the energy of Black Panther, it roams through darkness with courage and curiosity to assist us in accessing the hidden light of truth. This is a reminder to take this time to befriend the silence of the dark void. Channel your gifts that your ancestors have provided. Know that your path is loved and supported by life. So you're following with some form of regime on a spiritual level, and again, it all comes down to knowing how you feel and why you experience what you do, and just going over what has brought you to a place where you feel that you must change something about your life, or that it is just happening to you. On that note, Aries, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.